Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's weekend WIP video, I'm actually going to be starting a new page. It is a buddy color, and I have several this month, so I'm going to take every opportunity I can to work on my buddies. So I am going to take a sip of my tea, and we will get started. So I am working in A Million Mermaids by Lulu Mayo, and this is the page I'm working on. This is a buddy color with the lovely Amanda from, I think it's at Downey Amanda, or it might be Amanda Downey. I'll put it on screen, but that's who my buddy page is with. And I have a little bit of a color palette going with some blues. I wanted to make this a very blue page, so we'll see how that goes. I'm thinking I've got some markers pulled here, and yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it. We'll see how this goes. I am going to try to use a little bit of my Tombow blender with some of these markers and see how that goes. Just not sure how this is going to go today. So, today is another experiment day. All right, so I'm going to start with my Crayola and see. I'm just going to go straight in and see what happens. So, let's start on the thin. Hi there. How are all of you? I hope you are doing well. Today is actually Friday for me. I have to record this early because we have a crazy Saturday this weekend. We have, yeah, see, it's already starting to bleed through a little bit. I just have to be careful not to go back over what I've already done, and I can fix whatever I don't like with pencil. Yep, that's going to have to be how it goes because I've already started. Okay, so we have a crazy Saturday. We have, my daughter has her very last track meet of the year. However, it is like a citywide kind of thing with all of the Catholic elementary schools, or all the Catholic schools. And yeah, it's gonna take forever, but it's the last one. So we have to be there at like, I don't know, like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then she's supposed to have an event. She's running in 3 events. They want her to run in 3 events, so she's got each event is like 2 hours apart from the other one, and those are all like approximate times of when the start time is going to be. So that'll be fun. We don't know when she's actually going to be running, and we just kind of have to hang out all day. If you've not been to a huge track meet before, and you'll have no idea how long it actually takes, but it's neat to watch the kids run. It's just, it takes forever. Takes forever. So we're gonna have to make sure to remember to bring our stadium seats because we have like those little chairs that you hook onto the bleachers, and you can actually have a back instead of trying to be hunched over on the seats for days. Okay, this is where I'm gonna be. It's gonna be tricky for me because I don't want to mess this up. So I think maybe I'm just gonna hang out around the outside edge for a little bit longer. Because when you use the Tombow markers, it just kind of, you know, wherever you put down the color at first is going to be darker, and then it kind of blends itself out. Well, I don't want to do that in the middle of the, whatever this is, whale mermaid. How is it a whale and a mermaid? That's okay. It's cute, whatever it is. Anyway, whenever you put your marker down, that's where it's darkest, and I don't want to do that right in the middle of the illustration. I want this to blend out farther into kind of like that. And like I said, I can go back in and fix this with my pencils if it looks super crazy, which this part is gonna look, it's gonna look like a dry marker, I think, at first. So it's gonna look a little wonky, but I just want to get some color down on there. I don't want it to be too dark. Off to the side here, I'm just kind of dabbing off a little bit of the marker so that the initial part isn't super dark. So we'll see how this goes. I'm probably just not even going to look at this for a little bit. I have not been coloring very much this week again. Lots of reading going on. And I don't have anyone to blame but myself this time, even though last weekend, after I blamed Emma for giving me suggestions, she gave me more suggestions. No, I'm just kidding. I love any book suggestions. Very big into sci-fi and fantasy, so if you guys do have any book suggestions, I'm always eager to hear. But yeah, so I've been reading a lot. I have done a little bit of coloring, but what I have done this week has not been my favorite. So yeah, that's not any, you know, motivation to get things going either, you know? All right, so I'm going to leave that center part white, and I've got enough color on those, I think. All right, we're going to do the rest of this guy. So I'm going to do darker at the top. That's almost like straight coloring there. But yeah, that's been about all I've done. I do have the X finally, X video, finally done, and it will be released, well, it'll be released today for me, but yesterday for you if you're watching this on Saturday. So it'll be out when this video comes out. But yeah, it took me a while because I just did not like the initial page that I did. The one that the whole video was based on. It was just like, I was not pleased with the background at all. And just didn't want to, I didn't want to post it. I didn't want to film it or, you know, show you guys, which is silly. I mean, nobody is perfect, right? Everybody has off days. That's just the way it is. Yeah. So with the buddy colors, that's another thing. Because I am not coloring very often, I am very behind on all of the lovely buddy colors that I had set up for this month. I think I have 5 or 6, and I still haven't gotten back with a couple of people about which page we need to do. It's just been a month already, and it's only what, the 13th today? Ooh, today's Friday the 13th. Ooh, spooky. I just realized that. Sorry, I'm focusing on the coloring now. Boy, that looks terrible. That will be fixed very shortly. Holy moly, that looks bad. That is too funny. That's the nice thing about the, you know, doing this with markers and pencils though, because you can go back in and fix it. All right, so that guy is done. Let me clean off my marker tip. All right, I know that I want one girl's hair to be blonde and one girl's hair to be like orangey brown. So I'm gonna do, I think, this one with the orangey brown. So we're just gonna go in with this marker, try to follow the lines of the hair the best I can so that any streaks look more like texture lines instead of streaks. Okay. Let's see, what else is going on? So yeah, I talked about the buddy colors. I have 3 buddy colors, I think, just in this book alone. Thankfully, I wrote everybody's name down so that I know who I need to apologize to, but I'm working on it. Yeah, this book series that I found is just really just kind of sucking me in. And there were 4 books, and they're not short books, which is another reason that it's taken me so long to get out of this little funk, because I just keep reading. But it's kind of a, I mean, it's definitely a paranormal fantasy kind of thing, but with gods and goddesses thrown in. And so there's gods and goddesses and vampires and werewolves, although they're not called that, they're called something else. But it's still the same old vampires and werewolves story, kind of. But it's really good so far. The only thing I hate is when they kill off characters that you like love, and you're like, why would you do that? Characters you're rooting for. It makes me so angry when that happens. I typically like my books to be either funny or, you know, if there is some strife, that there's a happy ending, you know, that's all I really need. And hopefully this book has that. It's looking like there might be a sad end, and if I have read through 4 books and I don't get the happy ending, I'm going to be a little livid. But we shall see. Okay, so channel news. I do have a book picked out to do my color along in, and it's going to be in the Pop Manga Mermaids. I do not know which page quite yet. I am excited to do that, though. I think it's going to be a fun color along. All right, so let me think about this. I have a couple of dark blues. So I want, like, my mermaid tail, I kind of want it to be like a really light. Maybe I'll use the pencils for that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So the jellyfish here, I'm just going to add a little bit of color in certain spots and not go completely crazy with the blue. All right. Yep, that's kind of what I want to do. And I'm going to color in these little spots on the jellies. Might add some turquoise or something to this as well. We'll see. What else do I have going in channel news? So, like I said, the X is done, so Y will be coming up next, and that's going to be yellow. Just lots of little different tips for how to shade yellow, or how I shade it, not specifically the exact right way. And then doing, you know, using yellow in different ways, I guess. I wasn't really sure what my whole thought process was at the beginning of that, or when I made my list, but now I'm just trying to get through it so that I can get to the animal the animal list, because that's really gonna be fun, I think, doing all those different animals. So that's kind of where I'm trying to get to. All right, I do want to do on the fish. I want some bright blue and some dark blue, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this dark blue at the bottom and then use the Crayola. All right, that's not going to work. So I'm going to do the lighter color first. And then we'll do the dark color and then blend it. That works better. It's kind of hard to do on those teeny tiny fish though, but I can try. And I think you kind of have to do it when it's still a little bit wet so that things blend and move. Now this paper isn't the best for wet mediums, but it shouldn't be bleeding through. It is not. That's good. Good news. Let's see, what else? I do have several videos that I would like to make. I just haven't. I have one of them started, but I haven't been able to get back and finish it. So I don't know when that's going to happen. It's just basically kind of talking you through how I use, like, how I set up my color alongs and how I plan out my pages and stuff. So that should be coming hopefully soon. We'll see how it goes. Just not been able to sit and make a video either. And I don't want to, you know, I've said this on here before, I don't want to make this a job, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it if I'm having to force it. I know that kind of puts you guys at a, you know, kind of like I'm leaving you guys behind, but I don't want you guys to have to, you know, sit and listen to me struggle through this when it's definitely apparent that I am not enjoying it, you know? Okay, let's see what else. So I think maybe I will switch to my pencils now. So let me grab, I think I'm going to use, so I have some Spirafarben right off to the side here. I don't know if they have the color that I want. I don't think they do. So let me check my Color Soft and see if we can find something in that line. Yeah, that'll work. So I really like this cloud blue color. And then I might grab this deep blue from Spirafarben. So I have been lately mixing a lot of my color pencils, which has been different. A lot of the times I'll try to go through and stay within the same brand, but lately I've been mixing colors quite a bit so that I can get the look that I want. All right, I'm going to try and fix this whale first and see how this goes. If I can fix it, it's going to be a miracle. Let's see, what else do I have going on? Not a ton, actually. I think this might have been another reason why I've been hesitant to make videos, because I'm just kind of hanging out and not really coloring, so I don't feel like I've got too much to say or too much to teach. Or yeah, I've been seeing some other people's videos. Like I just saw, who was it? Debbie from Color Me Stress Free has had the most beautiful backgrounds on her pages lately. She has had, she's been doing watercolor backgrounds in Camilla d'Errico's books, and it's like, it's gorgeous. And I want to do that. So if you guys haven't checked out Debbie's channel, make sure you do that. It's Color Me Stress Free. She's got some gorgeous tutorials. I know that my lovely friend Emma is back to making videos. She was ill for a little bit, but she is feeling better. So another channel that I would definitely recommend is Emma Colors 2020. And then of course, you guys know that I love my friend Corey, so check out her channel as well. She just recently released her Wednesday WIP, which I have yet to watch, but I will be doing that shortly. Yeah. I think... Oh, I don't know what I was going to say. Is that working at all? I can't tell. I'm not sure that it is, and that's going to make me really grumpy. Like, I don't mind it on the fins, but I don't like the splotchiness of it on the body. And I think if I try to go over top with any kind of water mediums, it's going to just completely tear up my paper. So I'm trying to avoid doing that. All right, let's try this. Let's try this guy and see. This is definitely going to give him more of a blue tint. But that's okay, right? He can be a blue whale. I did see a version of this page recently where they did, the colors were all like, they were warm colors. They were like golds, and I think there was a couple of, I don't remember what else there was in there. Maybe like some yellows and peaches, and it was really beautiful. I did too far on that one. But yeah, it was really beautiful, and you know, I want to make sure that I want to make sure that mine is just as nice. He's looking a little bit better, right? A little. The only thing I don't like about the color soft pencils is that the wax buildup is quick for me. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but it seems to build up fast, and then I can't really get any more color on top of it, and it's frustrating. Because there's some spots here that I would really like to get some more color down, and it's not wanting to cooperate. Gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. like I said, I have just been reading, and that has been it. The other day I had, I did end up losing a day, which hasn't happened in a really long time. Was not feeling the greatest, but I ended up sleeping like the entire day. Like, I was awake enough to take my kids to school, and then I fell asleep. And then and then I had an alarm set so that I could do something. And then I went upstairs and I made my bed, and then I laid down on the end of it for a second to look at something, and I ended up falling asleep. And then, I had an alarm set again so that I could make sure that I got up to get my kids. Thankfully, I did have the alarm set, because otherwise I would have slept right through pickup time. And then after we got back, I sat down and did something, and then I fell asleep again, and I slept until like 6 o'clock. And I was just like, what is happening right now? So I just didn't know what was going on. It was a little concerning, and I had planned on going and having lunch with my mom and my aunt that day, and I just was like, that morning I was like, my stomach's not feeling great, so I'm just gonna chill out. And then I ended up sleeping the entire day. We are gonna go out today though, so that's nice. My mom is she lives close, thankfully, and she's just the sweetest. She's just awesome. Anyway, so we're gonna, and she's got, her sister is, she didn't have excuse me, gosh, I'm not able to talk today. She didn't have any children, so my brother and I are like her kids. So it's like I have two mamas, and I love it. I really loved it when I was younger, because I felt like I was spoiled every birthday and Christmas because everybody was buying me presents. But now I love it because they're just lovely ladies. But yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out to lunch, have a nice time. It's gonna be fun. But this is like the first social thing I've done, even if it is with my mom. This is the first social thing I've done in a while. And then this evening, my buddy is coming over to hang out, and that's again one of the first social things I've done in a while. So we'll see how that goes. I'm one of those people that kind of goes through spurts, where I can be social for a while, and then I just need to not be, and I'm okay with it. Well, he's looking better. I just feel like maybe I messed him up a little bit too much right around in here. All right, I think that's gonna have to be him, right? All right, so let's work on these little fins. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to talk about. I was gonna try to talk a little bit about, current events, but I have no idea what's going on in the world because I try not to watch the news as much as possible. My husband fills me in on things that he thinks is really important, and then everything else I get from, like late night comedy news things. It's not like I'm sitting and watching the regular news. Although I probably should be doing that. It's just so, it really affects me. Like, I get really, like, depressed and sad for the people that I can't help. You know, I do as much as I can, but yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about that either. See, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about sad stuff. This is almost working. How does it look in the camera? You know, it looks about the same as it does in real life. This is just not gonna go well. I wanted him to be a little more gray than he is blue. I guess he kind of still is, but and I'm holding it far back like this. Well, this was how I was holding it, so that I'm not pushing too hard, but I'm still getting a light layer of color across there. But yeah, these color soft pencils are not wanting to help today. All right, let me just stick with these Schwerfarben then. I just didn't have that, you know, light blue, grayish color. Probably could have found it in my Prismas, and I know my Prismas work in here because that's what I usually use. Should have just stayed with, that's what I think I need to do sometimes, you know, I need to just go with the pencils that bring me the most joy. Like, I don't mind the color soft, and I've used them in other instances where I really have enjoyed using them. But it's like when you start a page, and if you're not liking the way that the pencils are working, just switch. That's what I need to tell myself, right? Just switch to a different pencil. So I will not be using any other color soft, I don't think, for any of the other parts of the... Oh boy. I really don't know if you guys can see how streaky that looks or not, but specifically right in this area that I just wanted to just not be quite so blotchy. Just looks kind of blotchy, and that's frustrating the crap out of me. Oh boy. I hope everybody had a nice Mother's Day. I got to do absolutely nothing, and it was wonderful. I didn't cook. I didn't have to make anybody any food. I didn't have to, or, you know, like, I didn't have to cook for myself. I didn't have to make anybody else any food. I didn't have to clean. I didn't have to go anywhere. I just sat and did nothing, and it was glorious. Really, really just had a nice day. And it was really nice outside too, so I went outside a little bit and worked in the yard. But only because I chose to, not because I had to. That's the big difference, right? Like, you don't want to do it if you have to do it. Only if you choose to do it. All right, so I am just going to go through and shade these guys now. I think this little guy will look all right eventually, hopefully. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And then for my background on this, I'm trying to decide if I want to do the whole page. I think I don't. I think I just want to focus color right in the center and then have a couple of colors be in those bubbles. But because I think on this side, this whole page will definitely be colored. So it's nice to have that little bit of a break when you have a full page like that. We have a full page of color. It's nice to have something that's not quite as busy on the other side. I can use similar colors though on each page, you know. I can use kind of the same blues that I'm using for this page on the water and on these cute little, whatever these guys are. There's a couple of narwhals, a couple of dolphins. I guess that's a dolphin. How is everybody else's mermaid going? I've seen so many beautiful pages that I've been tagged on on Instagram for the Mermaid Color Along 2022, which is the hashtag that I am hosting. And I guess I'm not really doing a whole lot other than going and liking people's pages, but I really am enjoying seeing everybody's stuff. There's been some really beautiful pages done out there. Recently, Shelly from Shell's Coloring Journey did one from Denise Klett, and it was so cute. I really liked it. And it was a color along on her YouTube channel as well, I believe she said. So if you guys are not following Shell yet, hop over there and check her out. She's amazing. She's so talented. All right, he's looking okay, right? Let me just finish him up. So the mermaid's tail is going to be kind of like a light blue and then going into a dark blue around the edges, kind of like the fish are, sort of. Not quite as bright. I went on Pinterest and typed in mermaid mood board, and there's all kinds of awesome ones that pop up. And so the one that I saw that I really liked had lots of blues in it, so this is where my inspiration came from for the color palette here. And then the mermaid hair was like an orangish red, so that is the thought process there. And then I put the yellow just because yellow tends to stand out well with the blue too, because they're the contrasting colors, you know. So, oh, speaking of that, have you guys watched any of those color match videos? I watched the other day Jazza and Sarah Renee Clark doing color matching, where they take like oil paints and they try to match real objects or paint swatches by mixing the colors together using their color theory knowledge. And it was really interesting to see what colors they chose to mix together to get what shades. And it was, yeah, it was pretty cool. And I've never done that with, you know, I've never done anything with oil paints, but you know, I have used color theory before on pencils to try to get shades that I wanted or create a new shade. As one time I was doing like a 5 pencil challenge or something, and I decided that I needed brown, and so I ended up mixing like all my colors to make the brown, and it worked. It worked. All right, what do we think? I think I need a little bit more color on some of these guys, just on the tips. He's cute. All right, let me add in some pink for his cheeks. I'm going to do it right about here. I love doing this, adding in this little extra touch of cuteness to these books. And there's a lot of pencil on this already, so trying to get it to blend in is not super easy, but there we go. And I don't know if I want, I think on his mouth, maybe we could do, do I want like pinks? What am I grabbing? That looks weird. I don't like that at all. Do we have any other little creatures that have their mouths open on the front? No. No. Okay, well, I don't like that, so let's erase that. You know what I'm gonna do? This is gonna look a little weird too, I think. I'm gonna create teeth. So I'm gonna use like a darker gray color. Let me do this one. Yeah. All right, I gotta sharpen this. Also need to make sure that this is completely erased because there's still like a pink tinge. I don't want pink teeth. All right, so I'm just going to draw in some teeth here, just like that. What do you think of that? That looks kind of cute. All right, he's got teeth. This page is crazy. All right, we're gonna use, I'm also gonna use, do I want this one? Yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna use this blue Link Shine pen. Hopefully this is actually working. There it goes. To outline his hat, or to go over top of his hat. So hopefully this will cute. All right, and then the other thing that I noticed is the eyes are different sizes, so I'm going to try to make this one a little bit bigger to match the other side. Yep. All right. That little whale guy is done. Oh, it does not look good. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today. Sorry you guys had to see me struggle through that, but maybe that's good. Maybe you can see that, again, you know, not everything is perfect and goes the way that you want, and you can do your best to try to fix it. And, you know, at some point, just say, yes, this is what it's going to look like. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me today. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.